Okay.
Okay, let's make it like a casual lah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Okay. Okay, maybe I paste the link in your WhatsApp.
Okay.
Yeah,
And then I can share it there maybe.
correct.
Okay, let's
Yeah,
try.
yeah. Let me know once you're ready to start.
Okay.
Yeah, because now I take things easy also.
So do they join? Would they be watching live too? If I paste the link, it would be the same thing.
Yeah, yeah, it must be the same link. Okay. Okay, hold on. Okay, so Sophie, you can start as and when you're ready, lah. Yeah.
Okay.
Let me
I'm
just make sure
just
that things are
gonna
okay.
share this so everyone can also.
I think I can also say hi to the parents. Hello, parents.
Okay.
Okay, this session is a short one, and in fact, is really to help our P6s who are feeling anxious. Yeah, because I think we have just ended our PSLE training workshop for our students from our lessons as well as our workshops. Yeah, so some children were telling me that they are feeling tense up, not very sure they can do well. Yeah, I think being a parent myself with three girls, and my eldest is going to take her PSLE next year. Yeah, I think when a child shared that she's anxious, she's worried whether she'll do well for her exam, I think as a parent, not as an educator, but as a parent, I think we have to take this seriously, especially when the kid trusts us enough to share with us what exactly she is feeling inside. Yeah, and they are also young, so I think they also need us adults to support them and to listen to them also. Okay, Sophie, you ready?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, so today I'm very honored, yeah, all the time.
My honor.
Yeah, to have a good friend of mine, yeah, a very good friend, yeah, and she's also one of our parents, and and okay, let me just read off from what you shared with me, yeah, so that I get everything right. Okay, she's also a fellow mom with a P6 girl taking her PSLE next week. Yeah,
Mhm.
so she's a mental emotional coach training professionals and therapists to use mind management tools to help their clients achieve their personal potential. Hello, Sophie.
Hey, John. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for agreeing to do this. I know that it's very last minute.
No
Yeah.
worries.
So
Always a
what
pleasure.
happened? Yeah. So what happened was actually I texted Sophie last week to say that, hey,
Mhm.
can I borrow your wisdom? Yeah, and then you will just say yes. Yay!
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, parents. If you have any question about helping your child to cope with anxiety, and you may or may not be a primary six parent, I think even some primary three or five kids, or even P1 children, I heard from them saying that actually they feel very anxious in school. Partially, they feel that they need to perform and have to meet their parents' expectations. Yeah, so today's session is going to be very short, probably like 10 minutes or 15, just to share with parents some easy techniques that your child or you can help your child to do at home. Yeah. So parents, can before we start, can you type in the primary level of your kid so we know which age group to address? Yeah. Okay, once after the parents have shared, and then I will just take a glance. And then Sophie, I will leave it to you because I think you're the expert here. Yeah.
Oh, okay. You
Yes.
can ask me any questions in the meantime as well. I mean, like, I don't know, any, what would you like me to focus on? Actually, I didn't really prepare
Yeah,
anything.
yeah, yeah. Actually, I didn't
So
prepare.
I'll just take
Yeah.
any, yeah. Mm.
I didn't prepare anything at all. Yeah.
Yeah, we're just doing free flow, right?
But I
Mm.
know that yes, this has to be done because
Yeah.
the premises I've taught, I think many of them told me that they are feeling stressed. Yeah, so probably for adults, let's say we say the word stress, right? Probably we are feeling like maybe 6 out of 10. Yeah.
Mm.
I think as a child, we have to probably like times 1.5 or times 2 and take it
Yeah,
seriously.
possibly.
Yeah, rather than saying that, hey, there's no need to think about that because it will soon go away. Yeah. So probably
True,
what you
very
can do
true.
is maybe, and I know that you have many techniques in your toolbox lah. Yeah. So could you share one technique with us that you can do at home right now? And then also one more technique that the child can do, um, can use. Let's say what happens if he or she experience a panic attack while sitting for the paper. And it may
Mm.
not be for maths, it may be for any subject that they are doing.
Yeah.
Okay, so over to you.
Yeah, okay. So a lot of times we think like, oh, we need to control our mind, but actually when you're stressed, when you're anxious, whatever you say to your mind sometimes is not going to be 100% effective. So one thing we can do is to support ourselves using actions, right? And then breathing is the simplest action ever because we have to breathe anyway. A lot of people will tell you breathe, right? When you're anxious, stressed, people say, oh, breathe, breathe. But what actually is breathing? Well, there is not just anyhow breathe, like you can't just go and then you end up hyperventilating and becoming worse. So the most simple thing is, before you take action, before you do anything, just take a breath. But the breath is you have to breathe in short and breathe out long. Because when you do, right, when your out breath is longer than your in breath, it automatically activates your parasympathetic nervous system. And then it helps your body to relax. So I think, yeah, parents or kids, anyone should know this very basic fact. When you are stressed or when you feel something building up. A lot of times we only notice we're stressed when we're all the way to the red line. But I think once you feel something, even in the middle line, you can already start breathing or just take in between your activity, just take a breath. And then, that already immediately helps to set your body in the right tone. So if you want to think about that, like, either you have a tissue in front of you and you get your child to practice that. So I'm sorry, I don't have a tissue. But it's sort of like, blowing that tissue so that the tissue is moving. The other way is to visualize like you're having a cup of hot chocolate,
Mm-hmm.
right? Or
Wow.
hot drink. Yeah. So you can't drink immediately because you're going to burn your lips. So
Mhm.
what you're going to do is so you're just going to blow on the top of it because you want to cool it down so you can drink, right? So just imagine doing that. So your out breath is going to be long because you want to blow as much air as you want and in a controlled manner, so that your drink cools down, right? So that's another way you can imagine to set your mind into, breathing out. And then you can think of your favorite drink and that's going to help you to, be a little more relaxed and happy as well. But that breathing is just one basic thing. There are a few other things you can do. So I think today I can share two movement things. One you can do at home, as you said, and one you can do at the exam hall. So I think, John, we were talking about tapping. The tapping has been quite popular lately because it's great for kids, it's great for parents. So if you have some time and you want to go through the full tapping routine, I'm going to share that with you today. And the good thing about tapping is it helps to get rid of negative feelings by sending relaxing signals to your brain, right? And every part you tap is going to release some kind of emotion and actually going to sort of activate any tensions in your body.
Mhm.
So movement. So now we're really using movement, right? All kinds of different movements. So the first point that people normally tap is like what we call the karate chop point. So if you're watching, you can kind of practice that with me, and then later on we can do a short exercise.
Yep.
This is going to be a bit longer, but it's something fun to do at home, right? So using like 3 or 4 fingers, just tap on that karate chop, like ha. So this part here, just tap. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so this is the karate chop point. And then the next point that we will tap is actually in between the brow. So that's the brow point. And then after that, we can tap the outside of the eyes. So you can imagine like an eagle. So your eagle eyes, you tap the eagle eyes and help you to see. And then the point below here is another point we tap just right under the eyes. Yeah, I know if you're wearing glasses, then you probably have to go a bit lower, but yeah, it's just below the eyes, right? So this is like saying, I don't know, I call it the tear. Like, if to release emotion, sometimes crying is helpful. So this is like the tear mark, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then the below the nose. So like between the nose and the upper lip, there is one point here. So this is like your breathing point, like, you know how when you breathe, you're releasing as well. And here, the chin. So that kind of reminds you that, if you have any issues, you can always speak it out. Don't keep it. Like, speak to a trusted adult, speak to someone, your friend, anything, right? And then we have the collarbone point. So this is like the gorilla, like something the gorilla, right? Okay. And then we have the bear hug. So kind of like, I'm actually tapping the side of my body. My camera's not too good. Yeah, I cannot body. So kind of like, hug yourself, give yourself a nice hug, and then just tap the sides of you where your hands are reaching. Yeah, that's right. Coach John has got it right. Okay. And then the last point is the crown, the top of your head. Just give a little massage to your head, help you to release those. So you can think of it as like, I'm a funny monkey, it's a monkey scratching your head, that kind of a point. Yeah, so these are the main tapping points that we can use to tap different parts of our body. And then usually when people tap, they will say certain things, right? But if let's say, you're not sure what to say, you can follow my guide here. So I'm gonna do 3 rounds of tapping. And you can do replay of this as well if you like what I'm saying, right? So let's take exam stress as a topic. Yeah, exam stress. The first round, I'm going to, you're going to be thinking about things that you don't like. So I'm going to guide you through. If you're doing this on your own, you can think about what you don't like. In the second round, we're going to talk about, what kind of solutions can I do, or what can I do despite, this issue that I'm facing. In the last round, we're gonna say things that are positive. It's the I want kind of thing. How wouldn't it be nice if, this was the case? So it kind of shifts your perspective from recognizing where you are now. So you're acknowledging your feelings, which is very important. So parents, remember also that, always acknowledge feelings. Don't say, no, don't be stressed, don't be silly, you're not stressed. Kind of always acknowledge feelings. We want to listen, we want to hear what's wrong. We want to have to find solutions. And the third one, we're going to go, yeah, but we can see things from a more positive perspective. So doing the tapping and speaking through can be a very relaxing, helpful exercise. So let's give it a try, shall we, John?
Yep, sure.
Yeah. Okay, so let's just start with the karate chop point. You can do it with me, like. And we're just going to start with some statements of intention. So even though I feel stressed about my exams, I can be calm, focused, and relaxed. And so I'm going to start the first round by saying what I don't like. So I don't like to study for my exams. It's so difficult and stressful. What if I can't answer the questions? And I'm going to feel really stupid, and I'm so scared to take my compo exam because I'm afraid I can't figure out the plot. What if I don't understand the question? I can't solve the problem sum and I don't know what to write. What if my friends are better than me? What if my parents scold me, like if I don't do well? I don't like exams. I'm so worried. I'm so stressed. I wish that this can be over soon. Right? So this will be your round one, just talking about things that you don't like. And then round two.
The round one is like to acknowledge whatever negativity that or things that you don't like, and also be open about that.
Yes. Yeah. So just kind of bring up the awareness, acknowledging the feelings, just saying what you don't like. And then round two, let's talk about, what can I do about this situation? So actually, parents can do this with child too. Actually, for me, when my child is upset, actually I tap for them and then I can say things and discuss with them and, they can give me some feedback. I'll go like, what do you think? How do you think you can resolve this issue, or what can you do? What works for you? So let's try that in round 2. Yeah. So we're going to start again with the affirmation statement, which is tapping the karate chop point. Yeah. And you can all look at Coach John or me. Yeah.
Or they can look at you. So let me put you on spotlight.
Okay, sure. No problem. Cool. So even though I'm feeling stressed and I don't like exams, I can be calm, focused, and relaxed. Right? And we're going to start with I can find creative ways to do what I need to do to lighten my study time and make it fun. I can take things a step at a time. I can try my best to answer whatever I know, and I can get help for things that I don't know, right? And then I can focus on my progress instead of, comparing with other people. And I can manage my time. I can talk to my parents or friends, and share how I feel. And I know that I will be very, very well supported. Okay, so this is the round 2, is the I can. So if you're doing a replay, you can just say the same thing or, follow through. And then the third round is the wouldn't it be nice or I want. Okay, so let's start again. We tap the same points and we start with the karate chop point. So even though I'm feeling stressed, I can be calm, focused, and relaxed, right? And then we're gonna start with wouldn't it be nice? So wouldn't it be nice if studying was easy, was fun? Wouldn't it be nice if I can celebrate my progress every step of the way? Wouldn't it be nice if I can answer all my questions with ease? It's so easy. I remember everything that Coach John tells me. I get all the help I need from the right people. Yeah, and my parents are so patient with me. Wouldn't it be nice if I get the grades I want? Wow, that would be fantastic. Wouldn't it be nice if I am so calm and relaxed and I'm able to recall everything that I learned? And wouldn't it be so nice if I can just enjoy this exam and, come out feeling really nice and happy and relaxed? Okay. So this is the third round. And then just take a nice breath. So remember just breathe. Every time breathe. Actually, it would be a good idea to breathe in between the rounds. So I've forgotten to mention that, but just breathe in between the rounds. Yeah. And that would be your tapping. So you don't have to say, if you find it very confusing, difficult to say anything, you don't have to say anything, just tap and breathe. Right? If you find it helpful to say, you can follow this replay maybe, or parents can guide the child through it. So going through all these different points actually already gives your body a little massage. Instantly your body is going to feel very relaxed. So this is something you can do at home. And I know you say, I can't be doing this in school when I'm sitting for my exams and I'm waiting for people thinking, what are you doing? So there's a secret way. There's a secret way. But before that, like any questions, Coach John?
Yeah, I think all these are nice. I think from my own experience, I think some of the parents may not be very used to this, or it could be even new to the kids and the parents. Yeah, and I think I can also probably hear some parents may be feeling it looks a bit weird to be doing it at home, and what if they want to do it, but the family members may send some signals that it's a bit weird. Yeah. So how do you put yourself into doing it? Yeah. And what I meant is like, sometimes when we try to try something new at home, but the people around us may be wondering like, what are we doing? Yeah. So what's the right way to get over that?
Yeah, I mean, tapping is getting more popular. And I think you can just use it as like a relaxation exercise, like just get the blood flowing. I think just actually it has an origin in Chinese acupressure. So you know, like you know how they poke those needles and yeah. So all these are actually Chinese acupressure points, the meridian points.
Oh,
So it's nothing too new, except that you're not poking needles, but you're massaging them. So actually, it's very
uh,
powerful, from a Chinese perspective. So you can just make fun, yeah, just call it something for relaxing. Just have fun. I think maybe you can just go, monkey scratching the head. Let's do this. The eagle eye, the bear hearts. Just calling them fun points as well. I think
yeah,
it can be part of have fun. I think, in the family.
yeah.
Mm,
I
mm,
think the other thing that I want to ask is, okay, some of I mean, knowing a primary six, they are already in the pre-teen stage lah. Yeah. So some also to get them to do it, I think sometimes they will find that it's a bit weird and they don't want
mm.
to, or they are not so receptive. So what can the parents do?
Mm. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, don't force if they, hey, there's this thing you can try tapping if it helps you. Do you want to try it? Would you like me to tap for you? And even if you don't want to say anything, because I know how they are, the tweens and the teens, some are more open, some are maybe less. Yeah. So, tapping, and actually you don't have to tap all the points. Even if you tap one point, it can be equally effective. So just encouraging your child to even just tap one of their favorite points. Color. This is a nice one. Bear hug. Anything. And karate chop maybe good for the boys' half. Just that.
Mm.
you know. Yeah, and then the gorilla thumping points. This is a confidence point. Gives you a lot of confidence by tapping like that. Yeah. So all these all have different emotions related to them. So find the point that maybe the child is comfortable with and just do that one point is also okay. I'm going to teach you next one method that you can physically massage yourself. Okay, yeah, massage your fingers. Yeah, at the exam venue to help
Yeah.
you to relax and calm down. Yeah, shall I share it now? Is it a good time?
Yes. Before that, I forgot to make you co-host just in case.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah. So can you can you accept? Oh, now you're co-host. Okay, fine. Just in
Okay.
case I can drop out. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
Mhm. Yeah. So if you're at exam and you're going like, I don't want to tap any of these points, like I don't want people to see that I'm doing this or this, or monkey head, another good way is just to massage your fingers. Very simple. Like in between your fingers, just do this. Just at the base of your nails and the sides of it, just massage like that. And then just
Sorry,
breathe.
where is it again?
In
Okay, I think
between.
I will pin your video. Yeah.
Okay. So your nails at the base of your nail here,
Okay.
like at the sides, you just massage it like that.
Okay.
So you can do this under the table, like no one's gonna watch you. Like how some people hold their hands when they're worried, right? Like, just
Mm.
massage each finger like that, each one at the base of the yeah, and just do that, and that's just going to automatically send the relaxation signals to your brain and
Mhm.
help you to calm down. Very simple, right? I mean, of course, if you can breathe, that's great. If you don't, if you're so anxious until you can't breathe, then just massage. I think you can do that for yourself, and it's quite comfortable. I think don't press until you all tear or hand pain, but like give yourself a nice massage. Yeah, very gently but still firmly. Yeah, you can do for both hands, and then the other one. Every finger, you just do that right at the sides, and then just massage. Yeah, and do that. Yeah. And that's all, very simple. You can do it waiting to get into the room while waiting for your paper. Just put your hands underneath the table. You can just massage like that. Even for adults, right? When we're having meeting and like, I don't know what's coming up next. Yeah, just massage. No one
Yeah.
can see you in the Zoom room. Like I'm doing it
Very
now under the
sincere,
table. Like Coach John can't see me, right? Yeah. So this is like a secret thing that I think is simple, easy, and maybe conspicuous enough.
Okay, great. Yeah. So the first thing is to do the tapping at home, and then second one is to massage your fingers
Mm.
in the
Yeah,
public in the
yeah.
public.
Yes, yes. So even if you just do one point is also good enough, right? If you don't want to do all the fingers, you just take the first three are the best, most important one. Just do one, two, three. Even if you just do one is also fine. Yeah, but at least do something helpful, maybe. If you want, I'm some people, I don't know, bite their nails. So instead of biting your nail, why don't you just massage your finger? Yeah, that's more
Mm.
helpful, right? Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I think today's probably most of the parents are busy studying for the PSLE. Yeah. So okay. Okay. Is there anything else that you want to share? Like probably things that may have worked for yourself also, and also for your P6. And yeah.
I think at this stage, just slightly over a week before the exams, I think it's important for parents to manage their own emotions too. Because however you feel is going to rub onto your child. Some of the things we discussed tonight, you can use it for yourself. If you're finding yourself feeling anxious, and that could happen. So manage your own emotions and then be a good supporter and cheerleader for your child. I think we're at this stage where I just shared in my group that, it's more, I'm more in a coaching and cheerleading role now than to be that teacher because, we're so close. So just be there to support them mentally and emotionally. It's a big year for them with a lot of changes, a lot of things going on. So I think that's what they really need from us is just for us to support them mentally and emotionally.
Awesome.
Mm.
Yeah. So as for me, I've always told the parents, if your child comes back, doesn't matter what expression is on their face. I think we try not to ask how was the paper. Yeah, because okay, so imagine if your child say that it's okay, I think parents will be worried. Yeah. If the kids say that it's easy, I think some parents will worry as well. Yeah.
Okay, so there's no
Yeah,
win-win.
so it doesn't matter what is the response from the child, be it is it very hard or is it very simple. I think being a parent myself, we tend to always worry for our own kids lah. Yeah, so I guess what is the best way for me is just cook or buy your child a nice meal and then let them have a good rest and then focus on the next paper. Yeah.
Definitely, yeah. Have a good rest, focus on the next paper because you can't do anything about, we can't change anything anyway. But actually, for me, is we celebrate after every paper. We're like, yay,
Hmm.
this is done. We almost want to say we want to have a bonfire and burn all the papers.
On fire.
Yeah, we set up a bonfire. Yeah.
So how last question. So how do you normally celebrate after every paper?
Or just relax and really do something fun, I think, before we get back into revising for the next day. Nothing too fanciful if you're still within the exam, but we definitely like there's this big relief and we're just, yeah, at least relax and play. Actually, my child is already playing. Meaning that every day she's already kind of, taking pockets of time to relax. I think today they were doing some, I don't know, iPad game or something. But I think it's part of relaxation. I think they need that just to let go of all that stress.
Okay, I think that's about it. Yeah. So it's really 8:30. Sophie, thanks so much for your time and for being so willing to share
No
all the
problem.
tech.
My pleasure.
Yeah.
Thanks, John. All the best, everyone.
All the best. Yeah, parents,
Yeah.
all the best. Also stay calm now. Okay. I think parents
Mm.
need to stay calm first before the children can learn how to stay calm. And
Mm.
guess who they learn it from? They learn from you. Yeah. So you have to set a good example first. Yeah. And try to manage your own anxiety as well. Yeah. Okay, I think we'll end it now. Yeah. So parents, if any question, just drop us a comment in the Facebook Live lah. Yeah. So we'll be able to catch that. Okay, take care and all the best. Okay, bye bye.
All the best. Bye.
Yeah.